Hello, this is David Womack with Rhythms of Nature here in the Pacific Northwest of Washington at the base of Mount Rainier. Today I wanted to go over some essential bushcraft scouts knots that are very good for camping, mountain climbing, and even around the house. So let's get to it. Okay, this next knot is a fixed loop knot, okay, and it's called the Bowline, and this is used as a fixed loop, and a lot of boaters will use it for docking. And in the bushcraft world, it's used on stakes or like around a tree for a ridgeline at the end of your rope. So this is how it goes. This is called the Bowline, and some people might call it the Bowline. Some people also use this to secure on a rod and reel as well. So and this is how this goes. You're going to take the end of the rope and create a loop, okay? You just want to kind of straighten this rope out and make sure you have enough slack over here in your other hand. And I'll teach you the Boy Scout way, okay? It kind of makes it kind of fun and easy to remember. You're going to take the end of the rope and go through the hole. So the rabbit goes through the hole, up and out of its house through the hole, and comes back behind the tree and sees something and gets scared, and then comes back down through its hole back into the home, okay? And then you just tighten that up, and that's a fixed loop bowline, okay? And how this should look is this rope right here comes up and around and back through and runs parallel with your line right here, okay, with the inside of the rope. And so when you're docking onto with the boat or something like that, you might toss this and throw it onto an anchor and then pull your boat in, and it's easy to slip back off, or the end of your rod and reel, right, on your fishing line. And around a tree, you would use this like an anchor point and bring your rope through, okay, and to your point, right? And it's easy to come back out. So that's called a bowline. Okay, now with using that last bowline fixed loop knot that I showed you, I'm going to show you how to use that attaching to this tree and then coming to this next one. And what we're going to do is make a ridge line. So we're going to attach to this tree with the bowline fixed loop knot that I just showed you, come around this tree, and we're going to make what's called a trucker's hitch with a quick release. So we're going to create a loop and a trucker's hitch. So you're going to take this bowline that I demonstrated how to make that earlier, okay? We're going to come around this tree. And then you're going to pass the rest of your rope around the tree. And you could also use a bushcraft zip tie over here, but we're using the bowline this time. And then you're going to come around this tree, and what we're doing is making a sturdy ridge line, and we'll make our loop and our quick release right here for our trucker's hitch. And so this ridge line, it can be used for a primitive tarp shelter or to hang different items. This same setup right here, you could attach it to a tent or a tarp to a stake as well, okay? So I'm going to bring the camera up in closer so I can show you and demonstrate exactly what's going on in here when we create this quick loop with the trucker's hitch and a quick release. All right, stay tuned. Okay, now we're coming around this rope here, and now we're going to make our quick loop. for our trucker's hitch and a quick release. Okay, and so how that looks. Okay, a good way to remember here is how to make this quick loop is to place your hand on the ridgeline. Okay, and this feels safe and comfortable. This feels safe and comfortable. This feels uncomfortable, right? So what we're gonna do is grab the rope with our 4 fingers in an uncomfortable position. And we're gonna bring the rope back to a comfortable position, okay? And what that looks like is just like this. And now thumbs up for a good position, and we have the rope around our 4 fingers, right? So now with our loose thumb, we're gonna slide our loose thumb through the loop, okay? And from here, the most comfortable way to go would be to go forward, okay? It's real hard to go backwards. So what you're gonna do is grab forward and pull this rope through your loop, okay? And then slide forward. And now you have your fixed little loop, okay? And you wanna pull the tension towards the tree that you're going in. Now, with the excess rope that you have, you're gonna pull that through that loop, okay? So this is what this looks like. You have your loop that you just made and you came through the loop. Okay, and now you can pull this back and make a really sturdy ridge line, right? So what we're gonna do, we came through this loop one time, and now what we're gonna do to sturdy everything up, we're gonna pass the rope back through one more time, okay? And when you pass this through, you want it running on the bottom of this rope right here that's going around the tree that you passed through the first time. So the second go around goes through on the bottom, okay? And when you do that, you can cinch it down and then everything stays and you don't even have to hold tension here while you're working the rest of the rope, okay? So now with the excess line, you're gonna pass this over, okay? So what this looks like, you've come through your loop, you passed your rope over, okay? And then you have this loop right here, okay? And this rope right here that's crossed over, you're gonna grab this and bring it through this loop right here. And then boom, there's your quick release. So this is your Bowline to a trucker's hitch with a quick release, okay? So now, all what you have to do to release this is boom, you untie that and everything comes loose, okay? So that's your Bowline to a quick release trucker's hitch. All right, thank you. Okay, so there you have it. Several essential bushcraft scout knots that you can use for camping, mountaineering, bushcrafting, fishing, and even around the house. Thanks for tuning in, and until next time, many blessings.